Saturday morning in Melbourne's eastern suburbs. Commuters on their way to a Collingwood thrashing of Port Adelaide at the MCG had drama of a different kind as an electric bicycle on board smoulders and then explodes.
We've got that violent eruption of fire now that's fully engulfed the e-bike. The train carriage is filling with smoke. I think we're just really fortunate that this wasn't a packed morning commute. What we could have seen is people seriously injured and at worst dead.
For the first time, Victoria's Department of Transport has released to 7:30 on-board footage.
Oh, wow.
Jenny Oxley was on a train going the other way and witnessed the e-bike burning.
I didn't even think about an e-bike, to be honest.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was something really on fire and smoking.
Coincidentally, she's the Deputy Director of Monash University's Accident Research Centre, looking into the effects of e-bicycle trauma. What was it like when you saw it?
Well, we just saw all this black smoke billowing out of the train and everybody's, jumping out.
E-bikes and e-scooters, when they fail, and particularly when they go into a process of thermal runaway, they are dangerous, particularly if you're in an enclosed space where you can't safely evacuate the immediate area.
Joshua Fisher from Fire Rescue Victoria says the incident was a wake-up call.
People are carrying these devices on public transport quite frequently. What we're concerned about, though, is poor quality or damaged e-bikes, e-scooters that are entering onto the public transport network.
Victoria and New South Wales are now canvassing views on a complete ban of e-bikes and scooters on any public transport service. The threat of fires isn't the only risk. Crashes are also on the rise.
We're seeing, compared to 5 years ago, there's about a 600% increase in the number of hospitalisations. We're seeing a lot more head injuries, fractures and some torso injuries.
Victoria Police recently launched an operation specifically targeting e-bikes. Collisions have been increasing, 79 in 2023 up to 144 last year, and there's been at least 113 in the first 7 months this year. In the Melbourne CBD alone, police issued 289 fines in a 2-month period.
We get lots of complaints from people, particularly in the CBD and inner suburbs, of people riding on footpaths, people not giving way to pedestrians, not obeying red lights, that sort of thing.
Victoria's top road traffic cop, Glenn Weir, says delivery companies with competitive targets are partly to blame for the culture of modified e-bicycles.
No one likes a cold pizza, right? It's a competitive market. But I've written to the CEOs of all the companies and they've all responded and they are all, they're committed to the safety of their riders and they've got to find that balance between commercial competitiveness and safety.
But if you think that the use of electric bikes and scooters are an issue just in central business districts, think again. There were deadly consequences right here on Victoria's Mornington Peninsula.
He didn't even get onto the road. He was just there, standing waiting for cars to go past.
In May, Raymond Lothian's brother Bill died after being hit by an e-bike. The pair were inseparable in the port town of Hastings.
Everyone's saying how sorry they were and how much they'd miss seeing us together.
And you missed that too, eh? Yeah.
Yes. But, it's just all because of someone's stupidity.
Raymond Lothian wants a complete ban on electric bicycles.
If they're not banned or whatever, they should be governed like a car, where they're registered and, checked.
Police will allege the e-bike involved in Bill Lothian's case was modified.
Modification kits to existing technologies are really dangerous.
Will you allege that occurred in this case?
We will allege that that occurred in this case.
Assistant Commissioner Glenn Weir says aftermarket modifications, including kits which can be purchased simply online, are a major issue, especially on a certain type of bicycle.
The ones that have no pedals on them and they're throttle controlled. Now they can't be more than 200 kilowatts, but we are seeing people purchase aftermarket kits to enable them to go really fast. I mean, that is just a recipe for disaster.
Batteries that come out.
Firefighters say the installation of the kits are also a major fire risk.
What we see is people watch one YouTube clip, next minute they're a trained technician. It couldn't be further from the truth.
Last month, a Victorian coroner called for greater regulations, including registration of e-bikes, after the death of 41-year-old Nitin Prabhu in January last year. He was thrown off his powerful e-bike. Despite wearing a bicycle helmet, he died of head injuries. The coroner also recommended that Victoria Police obtain a dynamometer, which is a device that can measure power outputs and top speeds of e-bikes and e-scooters. The coroner found that the proposals were escalated to senior management of Victoria Police, but were denied due to cost.
It's a little bit more complex than that. We do have the capacity to measure, but it's a large piece of equipment that is used by our major collision investigators for a whole range of things. It's not something that's portable in the field. It is a capability that can be used, but there are many others.
And what can you say what some of those ways are?
Well, I won't declare what they are for obvious reasons,
Right.
but our people are really, really adept at it.
Parliamentary inquiries into e-bike safety and regulation have been set up in Queensland, New South Wales and Western Australia.
The manufacturers, the importers and the retailers need to be very clear about what you can and can't sell, what you can and can't import.
Is it time for a ban on certain imports?
That's certainly something that we're looking at discussing with the Commonwealth, but it's really hard to regulate or enforce your way out of something like this. It's, banning things is not necessarily the easiest way to do it.
Glenn Weir can understand the appeal and intends to lead by example.
I'll probably buy an e-bike when I retire, I reckon, because it's a great way to get around, but I'll use a properly compliant bike in the proper manner. And I won't put myself at risk. If everyone did that, we'd be fine.
Look forward to seeing you riding your bike into the sunset, Glenn.
There'll be no Lycra, I can promise you that.